we have a good time over here. We talk a lot of things over here, and we have a good time. And then at some point, debauchery comes, and then it's just all downhill from there.
Because I rewound. I said, wait a minute. You got titties.
That's
Satana. Ashley was at home with the two Omen babies, Damien and Damien Jr. Hee-haw, Damien, 666, devil child. Because when you're the spawn of Beelzebub and Satana, that's what happens. The bearded lady, her mammy Sheila came over. Y'all want to know what the girls are saying? The girls are saying that this was a shoot for his OnlyFans that went awry. They went in there, they did the licky sucky sucky, you do me, I do you shit that Brashear do for his OnlyFans, and they filmed it down to the Homewood Suites. And the girls, the internet porn sketch, they'll tell you all the stories. You know, I did a whole video about how Lady G, Lindsey Graham does lines of coke off of the penises of the escorts down to the weekly Republican Party sex parties. You remember they shut down fucking Grindr when they had the RNC convention last summer. Child, listen. You talking blue pills, rhino pills, honey packs, and everything else known to man be rolling all through the streets of DC when they get ready to go to these good sex parties that they have. Y'all could have went and got something to eat. Y'all could have went and did something else with your life. You ain't have to watch. That's what we do. When y'all have y'all all white performances, maybe we go get us a eat. Some people go take them a smoke. Some people go get them a drink. Some people get a quickie in down to the bathroom. When you had somebody's Super Bowl party and you saw somebody cute and you told them to follow you in the bathroom so y'all can have a quickie while you suck them up, they suck you up, and you get a quick bust down, all in the 5 minutes that you that the halftime performance happened. Not that I would know anything about having a quick bust down at a Super Bowl party I was invited to. What do y'all want from me? What do y'all want from me? The man ain't shit. His cabinet ain't shit. And all of those acolytes and sycophants that happen to be black, what did you get for all of that ass kissing, for all of that slobbing his knob and hanging from his testicle hairs that y'all did? Y'all ain't get a goddamn thing.
Please listen. This is how we know there is a God that sits on high and looks down low. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know he watches me, because I knew that there was a God when I looked on the X, formerly known as the Twitter, and I saw it wasn't no more Sean. I knew there was a God when I looked on the Instagram, and there was no more Krishan. I knew there was a God when I looked on the snap of the chat, the snappity of the chappity, and looked, and there was no Krishan. I knew there was a God when I looked on the Facebook, the book of faces, Mark Zuckerberg's playground, and I saw that there wasn't a Krishan. My God today, my God today, my God today. Let the people say amen.
Never fear, I am here. I am here. Ta-da, I'm here. What's going on, people? Welcome to Run Your Mouth. I am the hostess with the mostest, L Teddy 27, here to give you, as I do on a daily basis, all of the news, politics, and headlines of the day. We are in the midst of jazzying up the place. Y'all see we done changed it a little bit, changed some color schemes and stuff, and to try to spruce up the place a little bit, make it, we don't like to keep things the same. I'm about 85% done with the new intro. So by the time you get to the next Run Your Mouth, there will be a new intro. I might do it for Silly Saturday. I might play I might play the new intro facility Saturday because it should be done by Saturday. It'll be done probably by tomorrow. So I may unsheath it for our Friday show tomorrow. Yeah. We just may unsheath the new intro tomorrow. But how y'all like the new digs? I tried to spruce up the logo and get everything, spruced up and jazzied up and everything. Y'all got to tell me how y'all like it. What do y'all think about it? Give me your honest opinions and stuff. Uh uh um. What's your thoughts? Hey Tracy W. Hey hey damn goddamn. Hey Janae, I had a whole brain fart, Janae. My bad, my love. Hey Janae. Hey Miss Shorty B. Hey Terrence, what's good, bruh? Who birthday today? Oh, today is Tracy W birthday. Oh boy, let me get my shot glass ready because y'all gonna make me take a shot. Um, do I got enough of the? I'ma do. We gonna do the one of my favorites for Tracy today, the Empress 1908. So go ahead, get your shots ready, cause y'all know we got to take a shot for Tracy W. Okay, so go ahead and get your shot glass, shots ready, cause y'all already know. And if we don't do it right for Tracy, y'all know she gonna come and beat us down. Happy birthday, Tracy. Hey, Tamara. Hey, Carl. What's going on, Carl? Hey, crazy homebody girl. Candace F, what's up, my love? Hey, Tanya McNeil. What it do? I got home from state track meet just in time. We missed you too. How did the nieces and nephew do? Is our nephew? I know our nephew runs track. Do the girls run track too? Tell us how they did, because we always want to know how they did. You like the background? Okay, good, good, good. Hey, Yolanda Morgan. Hey, D Johnson. What's going on, sir? I'm always glad to have your face in the place. Red is your favorite color. Red is not my favorite color. My favorite color is green. However, red meshes well with my skin. The whole Kappa noop in me. Red just, it does its thing. Hey, Demetria Boo. Hey, Miss Felicia. What's going on? No, this is not blue. It's indigo. It's an indigo gin, and the butterfly pea flower that they put in it. There's a botanical that they put in it called the butterfly pea flower, and it turns the gin indigo when you add that botanical to it. And it's called Empress 1908. It is. A lot of people think that it's indigo and that it's flavored, but it's not flavored at all. Not at all. It's just straight. It's just one of the botanicals turns it purple, and there you have it. So speaking of which, let me pour this in the shot glass for y'all. Get y'all shots for Tracy W. Now y'all ain't gonna have Tracy W. over here hunting me down, because y'all ain't do y'all shots for her. So please, please, ma'am, please, sir, get your shot glass and your shots ready, because we all gonna take a shot for Miss Tracy W. The boy and the middle girl. Okay, she did great running against the best in the state her first year, and she is in middle school. Okay, that's good. But she competes on the high school team. That's awesome. Okay, that's good. Well, we proud of them. Y'all know we always looking to get progress reports from about our nieces and nephews. Yeah, it's a really good gin. It's real good too. It's top shelf. Now they don't fuck off. It's real top shelf. Okay, so put in the chat what you are drinking. Now, just to show y'all the difference from the old and the new. This is the old one. This is the old one, right? That's the old one, which looked like this. And now this is the new one. So I feel like I want to you know, I'm doing this in real time, y'all. Y'all know I'm over here. I feel like I want to do something with this chat box. See something here. Um Let me see. I feel like okay, yeah, let's make y'all avatars a little bigger so y'all can see y'all self. And yeah, let's do that. No, it's not do. Well, yeah, I'm over here just playing around, like we ain't got a whole fucking show to do. Just playing around like we ain't got a whole fucking show to do. Um, mm, we could make the text a different color. Like we could make the text, hmm, maybe like an orange, maybe like one of this, like the deep orange color, like that. Nah, that's a little too. Nah, you can't see that. Mm-mm. We're gonna leave it at white because I don't think you can see that. We're just gonna leave it at white. Um, at least for now. um, what does that do? Oh, I don't like that. Wait, separate avatar. Okay, that's better. Okay, I like that. That's better. I like it that way. Okay, beautiful. I'm just playing around, y'all. I'm just playing around, y'all. Y'all don't pay me no mind. Um, did y'all put in the chat what we what y'all drinking for Tracy W shot? Where is Tracy W? It says we about to have a shot. Hey, Side Mara, what's going on? Thank you. You like the background? Great. Hey, Marty, what's going on, boo? It is a holiday weekend. Um, hey, DPG. There she go. Child, she got us over here saying happy birthday. Ain't even in the building. Y'all ready to take this shot for Tracy W? Okay. Happy birthday, Tracy W. Miss Shorty B say she taking a shot of Snapple. Okay. What kind of Snapple? You know? Child, Demetria says she don't even need no shot. She already on the edible. She's already there. She already there. She don't need nothing extra. Child. Hey, green girl. So, yeah. Y'all gotta let me know what y'all drinking. Tracy W, what are you having for your birthday? Right. Go back and read the chat since you had to step outside, lady. Hey, watermelon sugar. I ain't seen you in a minute. It's always good to see you, boo. What's going on? It's great to have you. We ain't seen you in a month of Sundays. It's so good to see you. Child, I used to love me a good Mystics too. Uh uh um Child. What was the other one? I used to like the little sparkling water. Canadian, it was a Canadian Mist or something like that. I think it was called Canadian Mist. Well, we miss you too. Terrence say he's celebrating with leafy greens. That's what he got. That he ain't even playing around. Tracy, you got you a mimosa? Okay. Well, listen, y'all, we finna celebrate Tracy W. It is her birthday. Tracy W is a longtime pupil around these parts. She ain't new to this. Oh, it's clearly Canadian. That's what it was called. Thank you. Um, Tracy W ain't new to this. She true to this. Tracy W, I think Tracy W go all the way back to what? About 2020? Tracy W, how long you been around these spots? Tracy W been here for a long time. She, like I say, she ain't new to this. She true to this. She ain't just get here. She ain't flew here. She grew here. Okay. Um, they hard to find, Marty. I don't be knowing where to find them. Clearly Canadians. They used to be so good though. Okay, she say she been here since about 2020. All right. Well, we glad to have you, and we so glad that you celebrating your 21st birthday. I'm sorry, not 21st. Child, don't make me let me make you that young. Your 23rd birthday, and we so happy that you turning 23, Tracy W. And we celebrate your 23rd birthday here with you around these parts. You know what I'm saying? Because we celebrate our people, Tracy W. That's what we do. So happy 23rd birthday to Tracy W. Okay. Hey, Miss E. So here's our shot to our good, hey, Savon, Tracy W., who's celebrating her 23rd birthday today. Um, y'all know I don't know what this thing's saying. So I'm a, improvise like I always do. Okay? Right, we gonna go with the 20. Yeah, we going with the 23rd. All right, this is for our good Tracy W. Up to it, down to it, whatever the hell they say. We just do it. Happy 23rd birthday, Tracy W. This is for you, my love. Oh, oh, woo, yeah, that was cereal. That was cereal. This is cereal, people. This is cereal. That was cereal. All right. Well, happy birthday, Tracy. Y'all go ahead and put a Shondo in the chat. Let me know y'all ready to get this party started. Let me know y'all ready to get this party started. I feel like I was supposed to be doing something today, and I just can't remember what. You ain't never had that feeling like you're supposed to be doing something, and you just can't remember what? Yeah, it's cereal. As we have an AKA enter the building, soon as we talk about stuff being cereal. This is a cereal matter. This is cereal, people. Cereal. Happy birthday, Tracy W. Hey, Antonia. Hey, The Inform. What's going on, sir? All right. We ready to get this party started. Ciao. Hey, Montrez, what's good, bro? Yeah, got all in my damn chest. Popped a few chest stairs out, too. Mm-hmm. Ciao. Well, we love you, too. We love you, too. Ciao. Anyway, let's go ahead and get this party started. So, as we enter the dossier, we see something here. Look at one more thing. Make sure that took. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. Okay. Yes. Yeah, we good. All right. Good. We good. All right. All right. We good. So, y'all like me over? I'm over. I feel like I don't like that touching. Hold on, y'all. Let me move myself over a little bit. I don't like that. No. Leave that there. Leave that there. And where am I at? Oh, here I am. Okay, let me move myself over. There you go. That's how I like it. All right. Oh, that's better. That's much better. I can't have stuff touching like that. All right. Can y'all see me? Is everything clear? Are we good over here? Is it good in the hood? I'm going to make this a little bit smaller too. Just a hair. All right, right there, because I don't like stuff touching. All right, beautiful. All right, everything locked, loaded, in place. I needed to see it in real time. Move you down just a hair. All right, everything looks good, looks beautiful. We love it here. Wonderful. All right. All right. See how that works out? That worked out beautifully. So I got everything looking good. And let me see how I look on y'all end. I know how I look on my end, but I need to see how I look on y'all end on the YouTube side. On the YouTube side. Okay, on the YouTube side, it looks good. All right. I like it. I like it. Looks good. Mm-hmm. Everything in place. Beautiful. Way to go. All right. That's awesome. All right. So we start off with our primary season update. Now, next week, Tuesday, we have a runoff in the great state of Texas. Texas has an election next week, Tuesday. I do believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, those of you living in the great state of Texas now, I believe that early voting has already begun. Hey, Complex 613. Um, Safeway, Target, and Walmart. Okay. I don't have a Safeway, but and we don't go to Target, so I do go to Walmart. I might have to go to Walmart. So, for those of you in the great state of Texas, correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe early voting has already begun. We know that there are a few runoff elections um, in Texas. If I'm not mistaken, early voting began this past Monday for the runoff elections, which will be next week, Tuesday. Now, there are some significant races in the Texas, in Texas. I'm not going through the Republican primaries because I don't care about them bitches. And if you're here and you're that concerned about the Republican primaries, then you need to find you somewhere else to go. The only thing that I will say is, and we reported on this yesterday, I believe it was, that Donald John did endorse Ken Paxton for the Republican to be the Republican nominee for that Senate race, and he chose not to endorse the incumbent sitting U.S. Senator John Cornyn. I do believe that Paxton is a much shorter hill to climb in terms of a Democratic victory than John Cornyn would have been. I think had John Cornyn gotten the president's endorsement, or if he's able to squeak out the win on Tuesday, I think John Cornyn. I don't think James Tallarico can beat John Cornyn at all. I do believe that he can beat Ken Paxton, and we've seen with races around the country in the past few weeks that Donald John has continued to keep his foot on the neck of the Republican Party and continued to be worshiped by his worshipers within the MAGA cult. So one would venture to think that with Donald John's endorsement, Ken Paxton is pretty much assured of a victory on Tuesday, but we still have to let the race run its course. Who knows? Maybe something can happen. They said that more than $120 million has already been placed in this race. Has been spent in this race. So and they said that 120 million was before the runoffs, and since the primaries back in March, from the original primary back in March until now, there's been $20 million spent. So that's $140 million that's been put into that U.S. Senate race on the Republican side. All right. On the Democratic side, there's a couple Democratic primary elections that we do want to make note of. Let's go over to Texas's 35th district, which is in the San Antonio area. Okay, down in the San Antonio area. Um. Uh. 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 uh there is the Maureen Galindo, who's running to be the Democratic nominee for that congressional seat. Maureen Galindo, she is running. Um, she's been in a bit of a pickle as of late. There have been news outlets in the local area reporting on comments that she made in the past, which they deemed anti-Semitic. We'll see how that goes. But she has pitched herself as a progressive. The Progressive Caucus is endorsing her. Um, but the centrist, but Galindo did have a lot of progressive push, but since it's come out that she's made some comments which some people have deemed anti-Semitic, you've seen a lot of people shy away from her. It'd be interesting to see if she can still pull off the victory on Tuesday in this runoff. Her opponent is Johnny Garcia. And although Johnny Garcia is a much more centrist Democrat, he's not as far right centrist as Henry Cuellar, but he's not far. So think Henry Cuellar light, okay? But his name is Johnny Garcia. And because of the anti-Semitic uh, 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 um, and because of the anti-Semitic comments by Miss Galindo, he has gotten a lot of endorsements and backing from people in the Democratic Party. Now, this district, it's a weird looking district. It used to only be most of San Antonio and the suburbs, but this district literally goes from San Antonio all the way up to Austin, Texas, and even north of Austin, Texas, to areas like close to Pflugerville and Round Rock, if you're familiar with the area. Let me show you a picture of the let me show you a picture of the district. Okay, here's a picture of the district here. So you got San Antonio there, and you see that's the greater San Antonio area, and this up here is the greater Austin area. So the district starts down here in the heart of San Antonio, some of the suburbs of San Antonio, and then it snakes its way all the way up until you get up here to the Austin area and areas on the east side of Austin. But it is considered to be a blue area. And it does appear that whoever comes out of that will probably be a Democrat. That's what most are banking on. But I did want to show what that district looks like so that you are aware of where we're talking about. All right. So in other congressional districts, Colin Allred is in a runoff. He is he's in a runoff against sitting U.S. Representative Julie Johnson, and this is in Texas's 33rd congressional district, which is a blue area as well. Now, if you recall, this used to be called Colin Allred's district. When he ran for Senate, he couldn't run for that congressional district, so he had to get out of the congressional the House race when he ran for Senate back in 2024, and Julie Johnson succeeded Colin Allred in that district. And so now you have Colin Allred, who's the predecessor, now running against his successor in that same district. The newly drawn congressional district 33 also contains is the reason why Colin Allred is in this race. Colin Allred used to represent Texas's 32nd district, but when they redrew the map, they drew Colin Allred into District 33 with Julie Johnson on purpose to cut out a Democratic seat. So we'll be watching that race in the Dallas area to see. I know I have some Texas people that are either in the chat or watch the replays. So just to give you a map of what that looks like. Hold on just a second. All right. Okay, so here is what that looks like. So this is the Dallas Metroplex. You can see this is Dallas, downtown Dallas proper right here. So this district goes over here in the Fort Worth area, Benbrook, Forest Hill area, snakes around, clips parts of Irving, Texas, Carrollton, comes around the University Park, parts of Southwest Dallas area, and even parts of Arlington. So it's a gerrymandered blue district over in the Dallas Metroplex area. So that's just so you have a gauge for what this area looks like in the congressional district there. So that's that district. In Texas's 18th district, and this is the district that was won. That's out of the Houston area. Excuse me, if you recall, this is the district that we covered when Christian Menifee earlier this year was embroiled in that special election in that special election. And remember, there was several. There was a bunch of people. Joe Johnson, we love her. She was in that election. Representative Al Green is in that election. You have old versus new. You have old versus the young versus the season. So it will be Christian Menifee versus Al Green in a runoff for Texas's 18th congressional district. Here is that district in Texas. So you're talking about the Houston area. That's downtown Houston proper. So you have this carved out district, parts of Jersey Village, parts of Humble up here, even Galena Park down there. So it spans a lot of Texas, but they really tried to carve out, as you can see in gerrymander, a district that would cover multiple black areas. So, but you will have Christian Menifee, who's the sitting member of Congress, versus Al Green, who's also a sitting member of Congress, but but the fact that they've gerrymandered the map, their two districts have now been merged, and so now you'll have two sitting members of Congress, two black men sitting members of Congress facing each other this coming Tuesday. My concern about this district is I don't know, because Christian Menifee, if you recall, was just elected back in March. or no, I'm sorry, not March, back in February. They just had that primary for not primary, special election. Not in February. It was in January. Let me take that back. Back in January, just 4 months ago, Christian Menifee won the seat. And my issue is, I don't know if that's enough information about Christian Menifee to really give us a good gauge for his voting record, or that's not a large enough sample size for us to really get a gauge for who he is and what his track record will be. Al Green has a storied history. Al Green is known as a fighter. The thing about Al Green is Al Green is 70, will be 79 this year. Yeah. Yeah. And he'll be 80 next year. Al Green will be 80 years old next year. And so now for those of you rattlers out there, he did go to FAMU, he did go to Howard, and he went to Tuskegee. He is an alpha. For those of you, it be the little things like that that make races and cause people to vote how they vote. Don't, hey, I'm just telling you what I know. It be little things like that that make people say, oh, that's my frat brother. Oh, that's my fellow alum from whatever school. The little things like that makes the difference. Christian Menifee, he's a Q. He went to UT, University of Texas, San Antonio, and Washington University School of Law. Hey, you got to go with when you get to races like this, sometimes it is the little things that that push you over the edge. But Christian Menifee, don't get it twisted, has a great resume. Great resume. I remember because he came on the radar of a lot of Democrats when he became the youngest and first black person to serve as Harris County attorney. And that was back right after the pandemic, like around the pandemic time in 2021. But that's when he got on the radar of a lot of the Democratic Party. And he's a young man, just a spry 38 years old. And we'll see. So vote your conscience. And I'm sure those in the Houston area know more about it than I do. So that is our update on the primary season. Texas, you have elections on Tuesday. I would venture to tell you, please go and start voting now. Early voting has begun. So please go exercise your right to vote in the great state of Texas. Hey, Lock Queen. Hey, Uncle Jay. Let me drop the link for our correspondent. We have a lot to talk about. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, non-binary, gender-conforming members of our audience, I bring to you our dear friend, the late, great Larry Myers, to help us usher in our Sugar Spike segment.
You see, this is the part that I like. Major Sugar Spike. So long, I want to fight. Daddy gave his only begotten son. Major Sugar Spike. And shall ever believe. Major Sugar Spike. They shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
Taste the biscuit.
I wish somebody help me. Jesus. Thank you, Larry. So we're here. We are here. You know, technically, this war has been going on for 85 days. And here we are. Your president, ladies and gentlemen, is doing everything in his power to get out of this war. Hey, correspondent, you have me on the background. I think you might still have a window open. I hear like an echo in the background. You may still have me open on YouTube or something. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's Maybelline. Anyway, your president is doing everything he can to get out of this war. Um, One of the biggest things that has happened over the last 24 hours um, is the fact that your president and Bibi Netanyahu had a had a call. They had a call with each other last night, and it's being reported that Benjamin Netanyahu basically left that call with his hair on fire. He was upset with everybody, anybody, and he was upset. They said you did not want to talk to Bibi Netanyahu yesterday, okay? So it may just be on my end. Hold on. We have
We
our
have our
senior
senior
presidential
presidential
deal
deal
analyst.
analyst.
Is it
Is
is it
it
echoing on
echoing
y'all
on
end?
y'all end?
It's on my
It's on
end.
my end.
I don't know if
I
it's
don't know
on.
if it's on.
Hold on, let me
Hold on, let
mute.
me mute.
Paris, can you
Paris,
say
can you say
something?
something?
If you were
If you
saying
were saying
something,
something,
I couldn't
I
hear you.
couldn't hear you.
Okay, they say there's an echo on their end too. We'll work out our technical difficulties. Maybe me changing everything messed up our setup. I blame myself. Blame me. Blame it on me. Maybe, but that shouldn't have messed up nothing. That should have whatever. Um we'll work it out, okay? So,
Hold you. I got you. I'm back. I
okay.
had to switch. I had to. There's my headphones.
Oh, yeah, I don't hear the echo now. We're better now. How are
Yeah,
you
that
today,
was my
sir?
bad. Better now that I got that figured out. Jesus.
So
That was
there was a
stressful
meeting
on my
last
side.
night.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there's a lot to talk about, isn't there, sir?
There's a whole lot to talk about. This is why today you see that I am your, it should say senior. I don't know how that T got in there, but it's okay. It's the presidential deal analyst job that I just got.
Mm, sounds like it pays a lot.
It absolutely pays nothing but my attention. Doing this job pro bono.
Doing it and doing it and doing it well, like they said in the old days, you know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But yes, sir, there's a whole hell of a lot to talk about today. Even though there wasn't a whole lot of like kinetic activity, there was a lot of activity behind the scenes.
Oh yeah.
From
Oh yeah.
from the from the conversations to the deals. Man, do I got a lot of deals.
So let's start at the top. So last night, the president and Benjamin Netanyahu had a meeting on the phone. Benjamin Netanyahu was angry as fuck because earlier this week, what was that, Monday or Tuesday? I think it was
Yes,
Monday,
sir. It was Monday night. He
when the
tacoed out
president
early.
said that, oh, we were supposed to strike tomorrow, but we're not going to do that because I talked to all of the heads of the GCC countries, and they said, yeah, we don't want to do that. We don't want you to do that. Benjamin Netanyahu is mad as fuck. And Benjamin Netanyahu, like you said yesterday, basically told President Donald John, I'm going to do this shit whether you like it or not. Donald John retorted and basically told his ass, no, the fuck you're not. You get all of your shit from us. Now, I know you tried it with these other bitches. This ain't what you want. And Bibi Netanyahu had to understand that, yeah, I guess I got to back down because this is the first president since I've been trying to do this that has even allowed me to do this. So I guess I better just, take
I
advantage
better
of what
toe
I
this line.
got.
I better toe this line.
Yeah, toe the line. And he was mad with the world. They said you did not want to talk to him last night. The rumblings is that not a, there's not a formal deal that they want. They are okay with just putting out a letter of intent to hopefully have conversations over the next few weeks, maybe the next 30 days, about nuclear weapons. Nothing etched in stone, nothing secured, nothing but just agree that you may come and sit down and talk to us in 30 days or so. And that'll be enough. And Donald John will get on the news and say, it was a big victory. We won in the most huge fashion ever.
Mm-hmm.
No one has ever won a war
As
by a
fast or as
better
clean
mark
as
than
we
I have.
have,
You
with
know,
the
all,
least amount of casualties. Da 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 da. Boom boom
yeah,
boom.
but yeah, all of this, that, and the third.
All right. So
And
go
go
ahead.
ahead. No,
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 no, no.
no,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
All right. So here's the presidential deal side of this that you guys don't get to see. So remember, he's the deal maker in chief. He's the guy who makes the best deals, the biggest, most beautiful deals you've ever seen in your life. Okay, y'all. So we've gone from unconditional surrender is the only way I'll accept it to I'll accept a memorandum of understanding to I'll accept a letter of intent. All right. So who are not in contracts, usually deals start out with a letter of intent. That's the lowest form of deal making possible. That letter of intent. It just says, hey, I intend to at some point in time uh, consider doing X, Y, or Z, right? Then you get to a memorandum of understanding of how the contract is going to be fulfilled, and then you get to a final contract. He has gone backwards because he is the deal maker in chief, and he is looking for an off ramp so fucking bad. He is willing to accept a letter of intent, the same style of letter that college athletes in the United States sign before they accept a scholarship. A letter saying that, hey, I'll think about coming here. I'll consider it. You guys have made my top three, and basically he's giving up. We're gonna get nothing from this. Like as we predicted here, we are gonna end up in a worse position than we were in when this whole thing started.
Hey,
And with this whole thing,
Xavier.
and this whole thing started. To be clear, this whole thing started in 2016 after during his first term when he pulled us out of the JCPOA. We are going to come out in a worse position than the JCPOA
Not
and
only are
possibly
we
in
going to
a
come out
worse
in the worst
strategic
position,
position
not
than
only are
in.
we in a worse position, all of the GCC countries are in the worst position.
Mhm. None of them wanted this. None of them were talked to about this because had they discussed this with the GCC states, the GCC states would have stopped this cold, as they have in the past when they did have Trump ready to go in there. He's all. That's why he bypassed them this time. He figured if I tell them what I'm about to do, they're going to stop me from using the bases that I need. Art of the deal, baby. Better to ask forgiveness than permission.
Not in my world, because you may not ever get that forgiveness, and you may get your ass fucked up. That's how I
Oh,
grew up. My parents told me that. My grandparents, I should say, told me that from the beginning. Don't believe that hype about better to ask forgiveness than permission, because asking for forgiveness, that forgiveness may never be given, and you may never have another opportunity to ask for forgiveness when I fuck you up and have your ass in a fucking body bag.
now see,
That,
sir. Now,
that's how
and
they told me.
now see, sir. That works in the real world. However, for those of us who work in corporate, we all know that action, doing something, is better than trying to figure out exactly what the problem is and doing nothing in the meantime. So that's how this works, and that's how this looks. This looks like he did a whole bunch of something, but he's done absolutely nothing. And in
But
and
fuck
in
everything up.
corporate, exactly, and in corporate America, we both know that you can get away with better to ask forgiveness than permission to try and do certain things, as long as it ends up working out.
I really
Now,
feel like
the problem here is none of this worked out.
that's what I'm saying. The problem is you just fucked everything up. And I really feel like somebody, not the military people, because it wasn't them. He doesn't give a damn about the military. But I do feel like somebody went and told him and said, "Hey, let me draw this crude little archaic kindergarten pre-K picture so that your feeble mind can understand it. This is where our oil reserves were on February 27th. Today is May 21st. Our oil reserves are gone, and our actual oil, because reserves are what you just are holding out. But what's left in the usable, functional oil containers around the country that you're selling off, you stupid ass dick fuck, they were here on February 27th, and now they're down here
Hmm.
about to start scraping the barrel. And what
Hmm.
that means is, sir, because I know you don't give a damn about the American people, you don't give a damn. But let me put it to you in terms you can understand. You won't be able to sell anymore and make any more money for yourselves, for yourself and your little cronies and friends and bust downs that you have over in the oil industry. Maybe you can understand that. And when that happened, the US stock market, the Dow and the NASDAQ and all of that will crash. And you will be the sitting president when the Dow crashes. Maybe you'll understand that. And I think that is what got through to him.
That is probably most likely what got through to him is the financial loss that he would suffer. The financial loss that he would have to answer to some of his rich Indian friends. That is exactly what stopped him. It's the only thing that would stop him. It's got to be financially motivated. Now, also, if you notice this, oil ticked down a little bit. Not
It
much, but it
did.
dropped a little. It dropped a little
It
bit right
did.
after that. After the
It
announcement of
was
that
at one
memorandum of
point.
understand, memorandum, excuse me, letter of intent. Sorry, LOI.
It's still under triple digits for West Texas. Brent C. Crude is still up, up above $100, but West
They're
Texas
not
is
coming down.
down to $96.35. It's down
Right,
almost
and
$2.
so the other indication that gas is starting to get real scarce around these parts. My mother-in-law in Virginia just saw gas go from what she said, baby, 417 to 455 overnight. $4. I'm gonna say that. See you guys one more time. From $4.17 to $4.55 overnight.
Listen, I'm over here in Georgia. Georgia traditionally has some of the lowest gas prices in the
Mm-hmm.
country. And also not, and that's even with the gas tax they have on it. They took away the gas tax while we're in this fuck shit temporarily. which took I think 30 cent off. We're still well over $4 a gallon. I think up the street from me it was 4.29,
bro. So
which
our
means if
gas
they
tax.
added the gas tax, it would be at 4.50.
So here in California, with the gas tax, our gas tax is 81 cents total. So if they even if they pulled the gas tax off, we'd still be up over $5. We would still be up over $5 here. Not to mention, not to mention, just remember this: it's that time of year, El Teddy. This is when we switch to the summer blend, the more expensive blend of gasoline. Because why? Because more people are usually on the road in the summer, so they put additives in this gasoline to reduce the emissions. So those additives are expensive. So we see that in the summer gas prices when they jump up just a couple, like maybe 5 to 10 cents. The gas prices usually jump up in the summertime. We just saw that explode overnight. A 417 to 455 for the holiday weekend and the summer blend hitting at the exact same time during an oil crisis. That's literally what we just saw.
Well, in other news, in the Gulf, the Houthis have entered the fray.
Oh, oh
The
yeah.
Houthis are loudly screaming now. This, and I just saw this before I came out, on. The Houthis have said Houthi leaders in Yemen are screaming loudly that they have full unabated support of Iran, saying that recent events by Israel show that Israel can be defeated
Mm-hmm.
despite its military strength and alliance with the United States. The Mahdi al Mashat, head of Yemen's Supreme Political Council, or the Houthis, said the following quote: the American Zionist aggression against Iran stems from the idea of removing a major obstacle in the way of the projects and conspiracies of the Zionist American enemy. Today, neutrality is treason because facilitating the enemy is considered the greatest treason. End of quote. And he went on to urge regional governments, that be the Saudis, the Kuwaitis, the Qataris, the Omanian people, all of the GCC countries. He basically told them, yeah, y'all might want to join with us and unite with us in Iran, because if you unite with US and Israel,
It's
we
good
will
and bad
not see
for you.
that as you being neutral. And I think they were purposely speaking to Oman, because Oman has always tried to toe the line and be seen as neutral within the area. And they basically said, yeah, don't be neutral. And to add further insult to injury, I did my homework, sir. You sent me some homework last night, right? Let me see
Mm-hmm.
if I can pull up that picture. Hold on. Now, you sent me some homework last night, and as I was looking up the information on the homework that you sent me last night, sir, I must say that what I've learned
Mm-hmm.
is that the what I've learned is that the Iranian government, and I'll put this up here, worked on this with the government of Oman.
Mm-hmm.
They worked on this with the government of Oman. And what that means is Oman is no longer being neutral.
No, Oman is now gonna get a cut of what is now going to be known as, what's the top of that thing say? What's it, who's this? Who this come from? This came from the
Oh, I'm
Strait
sorry.
of Hormuz Transit Authority. Basically, they've turned them
Or as they
into
call
New
it,
York.
the Persian Gulf Strait Authority, the
Oh,
PGSA.
say, uh-huh. Basically, they're now going to do what this is basically going to be modeled after the New York Transit Authority, right? They're going to control every and anything going in and out of the Straits of Hormuz, and they can do it. You know why? Because they've got Oman and Iran. Iran own. most of the coastline coming into the Strait of Hormuz and exiting the Straits of Hormuz on the Gulf of Oman side. Like, like it's a slam dunk at this point.
Yeah.
Like, like their territorial waters butt up against each other.
So,
Like
yeah.
this right here, this right here is what is going to end up keeping the United States. If we get this letter of intent, this right here is what will end up keeping the United States out of the Persian Gulf and out of the Gulf of Oman and moving Fifth Fleet to possibly the other side of Saudi Arabia on the Red Sea side where we can get in and out of there pretty easily. Less, less maybe one or two of the lighter ships, but I don't think we'll probably see destroy. If this is actual factual goes through and everybody abides by it, you're not going to see very many U.S. warships in and out of the Persian Gulf anymore. That's it. We're done there. Those bases are destroyed. The amount of money that it's going to take to repair those bases is astronomical. Okay? One of the radars there, one radar, not constellation of radars, radar in a radar constellation was close to $1 billion to produce and build because those big radar sites like that over there, they get built here in the United States first or in a friendly nation first. And then they get transported in pieces to places like that and set up over the course of a couple of weeks. That built in country at a factory there and then just transported and dropped down. That's built, tested, broken down, and reconstituted wherever it's at.
Well, here's what came out today. It's being reported that, oh, that 29 billion wasn't the total cost of war. Hello, any idiot knew that, and now they're saying, oh, well, we believe that that's just the cost of the aircraft that we lost. I don't even think that begins to surmise the cost of the aircraft we fucking lost.
That's a uh, all honesty, with the amount of aircraft that we lost 42 aircraft total. That's about $29 billion. If it's not $29 billion, it might be as high as 40, just because of the assets that we lost and the fact that we cannot reconstitute them. That E3 Century that they blew to high heaven. We only had a handful of those. We don't even make those aircraft anymore. Remember, guys, I said that the replacement for that. Actually, I don't even think I reported on that. So the replacement for that aircraft, the E7 Century or E7 Wedgetail, that was supposed to replace that aircraft, we pulled the plug on it. We said we didn't need long range assets to replace what we got. We can make what we got work. Well, turns out that was also a lie. They tested the integration in a Vulcan's operation of that aircraft with our current generation aircraft, our fifth gen and our fourth gen plus plus. They tested that and it worked. Our allies are using those aircraft, and we decided we were going to keep using outdated technology because we didn't see the strategic need to improve our eyes in the sky because we were too fallen into our own false sense of security of air supremacy. The United States of America does not currently have air supremacy anywhere in the world except for North America. And even then, Canada might have something to say about that.
All I know is I don't believe anything these bastards say. The problem also is that Iran is listening to nothing coming out of Washington
Mm-mm.
because the shit changes from hour to fucking hour.
Hmm. They stopped
From hour
listening
to
to
hour.
them.
The bitch is on, he's cognitively not damn near non-functional. The shit changes from hour to fucking hour. So anything that this man says right now in 2 to 3 hours will be null and void. So if I'm
Mm-hmm.
Iran, I'm not going off of anything. I don't want to see your letters of intent. I don't want to hear anything coming out of your press because your press is just as stupid as your administration. You don't have a real free press anymore. You have state sponsored or state governed press at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So there's nothing that we can literally tell not just the Iranians, but anyone at this point that would cause them to believe anything we're saying. That's
No.
why you saw no real conversations come out of China because President Xi Jinping is like, I'm not going to have a real substantive conversation with this fucking idiot who's on mental and cognitive decline. The fuck, that would be stupid. That's
Or
why
worse. Or
the Europeans are standing still on ready at a moment's notice to go defend Greenland.
mm-hmm.
That's why I promise you, Cuba is hiding things we do not know yet.
Because the thing is that you don't become a trustworthy partner of talks of any kind if I'm telling you, hey, I want to negotiate. Hey, I want to negotiate, and then when I don't get something I want, I drop a bomb on your forehead. How does that give me the sense of anything other than you're not here to negotiate? You're here to tell me what the terms and conditions of my surrender are going to be, and the terms and conditions are give you whatever the fuck you want or die. That I'm sorry, but that doesn't work for me. That does not work for me, and I don't think it's clear it doesn't work for the Iranians. It's bad diplomacy, right? Like I'm not gonna go into a contract discussion with my boss or a salary discussion with my boss while he's holding a pink slip in his hand. Because I don't say, hey, I'll go ahead and take whatever you're gonna give me. I'm gonna get fired that day. That's what that looks like. You can't negotiate in this manner. And as far as Cuba goes, man, listen, if I was Cuba, if they have not already, I would already have whatever drones I did not have hidden, or excuse me, whatever drones I had hidden, I'm keeping them jokers right where they at, and hoping to God that the South haven't seen them yet. Because here's the thing about Cuba, while I believe it's got some jungle areas, it's not really that dense, it's really not really that thick. It's hard to hide anything there. So if they've got anything, it's hidden as best as it can be, but I can all but guarantee you that the United States has seen it on a radar scan or a satellite scan of some sort, because these aren't just taking photographic images; they're also taking infrared. They're also taking different readings from the air to figure out where certain things are. Not only that, yesterday, I don't know, I didn't send it to you. Um, they launched an MQC Triton aircraft at an NAS Jax, and it did a couple laps around Cuba.
Mm.
For those who don't know what an MQ9C is, that is the Triton aircraft. It's the sister aircraft to the RQ-40, which is the Global Hawk system. It's a long range, high endurance uh, surveillance platform. This is the same type of asset that we used when we did the surveillance on around Venezuela. So they are prepping. They should be shaping up. There's probably shaping operations happening now. The resistance, if there is one, is being prepped. So, like I
Well,
said,
they
it would not
they
surprise me if Cuba popped off this
they're
weekend.
still lying about this situation or telling false truths about that whole brothers to the rescue situation. Oh, when it was shot down, they weren't. They were in international airspace. Bitch, they had just left Cuban airspace, and by the
Uh-huh.
time the missiles got to them, they were in international airspace. Stop fucking playing with us.
Mm-hmm. Yep, yep, yep. This is all a ruse trying to get the attention off of Iran. He's trying to change the story. He's trying to change the news cycle. He has been able to successfully change the news cycle repeatedly, over and over and over again, by using, by striking Iran to keep the American news public, to keep the American news off of the Epstein files, right? But now this is starting to become a pain in the ass for him. So what's he going to do? He's going to go start another war to change the news cycle.
Well, the thing about it is, his cult members have who were, because let's be clear, it was the right, it was the Republicans that were gung ho about Epstein prior to 2024 election, right? They were the
Mm-hmm.
ones screaming from the rooftops. And once they figured out, oh, we were wrong, oh, he is in there, oh, it is worse than we thought. Now they're, moving the goalposts. So now I would venture to tell you, you could have concrete evidence having Donald John's male member literally inserted into a child's body on picture with evidence, and these people would find a way to explain it away and would not give a damn. The right is now screaming, don't worry about the Epstein files. Forget the Epstein files. We need to be concerned about the economy. We need to be concerned about what's going on in America. We need to be concerned about they're stealing our country from us. The same people that were screaming Epstein, Epstein. These people will find a way to explain away everything, and they don't give a damn. It was never about Epstein. And let's be clear, the only thing it's about is it's about their racism, it's about them keeping their white supremacy, and it's about them, for a lot of them, it's about having the W and not the L, because they know they've already taken an L. They know they've
Mm-hmm.
lost. They know they were wrong, and now they're going to change and alter the rules to make it look like they were never wrong when they know they were wrong
Mm-hmm.
all along. That's
So
what all
another
of this is.
another reason he's willing to accept this LOI, this letter of intent, is because his War Powers Act. They actually got the War Powers Act through.
What the Senate did, we're waiting on the House.
Right. And right now, it's looking like it's going to pass the House because because of why? Because of a lot of the Republicans that he's pissed off and that have lost their seats and that are retired. A lot of those guys are starting to change their vote. So we'll see. And but preemptively, I feel it's going to happen. But I feel like he preemptively went ahead and said, "Well, hey, I'll go ahead and accept this because they're clearly going to hit me with the War Powers Act and tell me, no, I can't do any of this anymore. I'm going to accept this if they'll say that, and that's how I get my win." Because for him, it's not about doing the right thing. It's about not looking weak. It's about not losing. That's all it ever is with him. And as long as he can
Well,
show that he's not losing and he's showing strength and he's making decisions, not making good decisions, not making bad decisions, but just making decisions, his accolade is always going to be right behind.
I know that tomorrow is Friday, and and it's a holiday weekend coming. I foresee lots of things happening over the weekend,
Hmm.
unfortunately.
Yep. Cuba, definitely. Not sure what's going to happen in Iran, on the GCC area, but Cuba, I absolutely see it happening no later than this. If it goes past this weekend, I will absolutely be surprised because they need something to change the narrative right now.
Hmm. I guess we're supposed to forget that we're paying almost $5 a gallon while we're trying to travel. We'll be here to report on everything, ladies and gentlemen. Sir, you have any last words for the people?
If you haven't done it yet, go ahead and fill up that tank. Even if you don't really need it, even if you only Even if you got 3 left, top it off because gas prices are going to just keep going up.
Pretty much. Here we are. Thank you, sir. We'll be back at it. We thank
Yes,
you for
sir.
your expertise. And ladies and gentlemen, that was our senior presidential deal correspondent, one Mr. Terrence. We thank put a Shondo in the chat. We thank him for all of his expertise. Um, well, the Democratic Party has now begrudgingly released the 2024 autopsy. Now, most people are still combing through it. It was released this afternoon, and people are combing through it with a fine tooth comb. I've seen portions of it. And it is, I see why they, even just the portions that I read, which was the first few pages, it is, you understand why they did not want it out. They did not want it out because it starts off basically saying, yeah, bitches, you're wrong. You're getting this wrong, and you've been getting this wrong since 2008. And I think we all knew that. Parts of it said, regardless of the little small wins you may have gotten between now and 2008, writ large, you all have gotten your base wrong. You've not seen that thing basically screamed what we've all been screaming for the last several years, and what we all know. The Democratic Party is holding on to old time politics. Let's be clear. Most of the people that are a part of the Democratic establishment, their heyday was the Clinton administration. The politics that they grew up on, the politics that they built their political muscle on, was in the day of the Clinton era. That version of the Democratic Party is over. Hell, a Republican during the Clinton era would damn near be a fucking progressive today. And I'm going to take some time to read it. I'm going to take some time to go through it. They did, though. They from, and I've been reading some commentary on people who've gotten further in it than me. I am going to read it in its entirety over the next day or so. But the Informed, they do admit Gaza was something that was one of the in the 2024 election cycle was bigger than they were willing to admit. And they're still not wanting to admit that. And I think that even, like I said, we're still just scraping the surface of reading through this. Over the next, probably later tonight, for people who've already gotten through it, certainly by tomorrow, you'll start to see some real substantive analyses of the report. Hey, Tawana, of that autopsy, where people really start, because what they don't want to do in the Democratic Party, they don't want to have their feet held to the fire. They don't want to admit that they have to change. They want to keep the status quo. They want to continue to do what they've been doing, and that's not working. One of the critical things that they said in page 1 of this document was, if you do not make drastic and substantive change, you will lose power forever, basically, perpetually. They also said it would take several election cycles. It's not a quick fix. It's not, regardless as to what happens in 2026 or 2028, it will not be fixed in that time. I think one of the biggest issues that you have with um, a lot of candidates is they all try to say the same thing. Problem is, you're all not running the same race. You notice how the Democratic Party's like, you all hear them talking the same talking points, neglecting, you're all not running the same race. The things Kamala Harris is saying running for president should not echo the same things somebody says running for governor, or somebody says that's running for Congress or state legislature. It just can't. Your responsibilities are different. Your constituents are different. And the thing about it is, if the Democratic Party isn't noticing, and we've seen this in the primaries, and I've been saying this, the base, and I've been saying this even before the primaries, your base is going further and further to the left, and your stupid ass is trying to stay in the middle. That's a losing formula. A losing formula. Which is why you can see progressives, Democratic Socialists, and others perform well on a local level, and then you have stupid ass dick fucks on the federal level, on the larger DNC Democratic Party, that are so obtuse they don't see the writings on the wall, and they try to stay in the center and wonder why people say they're out of touch, because you're not listening. Like, you have fuck bitches like Cory Booker, who is going out there because you know he's trying to run in 2028 as if he's the poster child for all things Democratic Party. And if he's the person y'all putting out front, y'all need to find a new strategy. Cory Booker's a loser. If you have him run in 2028, you will lose, and you will lose in phenomenal fashion. He does not speak for the base at all. And the other thing is, I agree with you wholeheartedly, Xavier. The other thing is, you cannot run on being anti-Trump. You have to run giving people a reason to vote for you. You cannot run trying to give people a reason to vote against your opponent. You have to run by giving people a reason to vote for you. People want someone to vote for, not someone to vote against. Because guess what happens for a lot of people when you tell them not to vote for someone and don't give them a reason to vote for you? They just don't go vote. They sit their asses on their couches. Because I keep saying, you're not fighting against the Republican Party, Democratic Party. You're fighting against the couch. You're fighting against social media. You're fighting against the phone. You're fighting against outside. You're fighting against every other thing that will cause people not to get out and vote. That is who your opponent is. And the quicker you understand that, the better you'll be. I'm not saying that you can't utilize all of the horrible things that Donald John has done. Yes, you absolutely, but you go to the merits of the things he's done. I wouldn't even mention that person's name. I would say we actually have a government that is trying to spend $1 billion on a vanity Elizabethan Victoria era style ballroom, all the while they're cutting your Medicare and Medicaid. They're cutting you from SNAP. They refuse to let you get paid at least $15 to $20 an hour. My platform is all of that money that we're spending on war, the $1.5 trillion that we're spending on a war and wars that we've lost over the last several decades, I'd rather you have that in your pockets. I'd rather you utilize that to go and buy groceries or get gas or put your child through school. Matter of fact, you shouldn't even have to spend money to put your child through school. We're sending hundreds of millions of dollars across the globe to Israel to fund their health care for free, to give them free college education while you have to pay for your kids. We can't have that. See, these are the things that you have to do to speak to people. You can't run on, I'm not Donald John, don't vote for Donald John. You can't run on that. You can't tell a group of people, we're not worried about your issue. Damn the fact that your whole family died and there's a genocide that killed your whole family. We don't give a damn. We'll get to that later. That's not how you get people to vote for you. By telling them to forget their issues and just vote blindly. That's not a working strategy. That's just like, and this is going to come out harsh. I said this yesterday. Some of you all were not here. This is no disrespect to this woman, but I'm telling you, Keisha Lance Bottoms is not going to win the governor's race in Georgia. And if you start manufacturing more of the Keisha Lance Bottomses of the world, you're not going to win. Keisha Lance Bottoms is not someone that makes people who aren't normally going to come out and vote, because you have those of us political nerds. You have those of us that's going to vote even if you tell us to vote for our fucking toilet paper. Bitch, I want Charmin Ultra Gentle, the green pack. But we're talking about getting, in order to win this, you're talking about getting people out to vote who don't care about voting, who normally would not vote. You have to galvanize those people to come out. And she does not do that. And that's what my fear about the primary was in Georgia. There wasn't a lot of money put into the Democratic primary. And you knew that the Democratic establishment was going to put their money behind Keisha Lance Bottoms because she came out of the Biden administration. And she'll toe the line and say what they need her to say. And so what that means is there's more of the fuck shit and more of the same. And that means that, and see, who needs to be concerned about that is Jon Ossoff. Because I got a news flash for you, Jon Ossoff. Keisha Lance Bottoms winning that primary is a problem for you, Jon Ossoff. She doesn't galvanize people to come out and vote for her. And one of the reasons you won your race back in 2020, Jon Ossoff, let's be honest, is because you were standing next to Raphael Warnock. Raphael Warnock won that race for you, which is why he could come back some 2 years later and win his own race on his own. I wonder, Jon Ossoff, if you can win this race on your own. Because if you're looking to campaign alongside Keisha Lance Bottoms, that's not going to help you. So I'm going to be watching real closely, Jon Ossoff. But I'm telling you, Jon Ossoff, if you can't get Ray Ray, Nuck Nuck, and Sharkeisha down in Riverdale and College Park and all of them places to get off their duff and be invigorated to go vote, it ain't going to happen. Just telling you how it's going to go. I hate to be a pessimistic. Yeah, I need Charmin Ultra Gentle, the green pack. Hold on, Xavier. You think it's a game? Hold on. Hold your line. Xavier, this is what I need, Xavier. The Charmin Ultra Gentle Green Pack. Don't fuck off with me. Don't play around with me, Xavier. I need the Charmin Ultra Gentle, the Green Pack. Don't play around with it. It'll change your life. It'll change your whole life. You think I'll play it? I'm not doing free promotions for you, Charmin. Otherwise, I need my coins. Run me my coins. However, if I'm voting for toilet paper, I need Charmin Ultra Gentle, the Green Pack. Stop playing with a real G. Because these the pearly gates back here. And you got to take care of the pearly gates back here. We don't use that rough shit on the pearly gates back here, okay? These are, when you enter back here, this is heaven back here. And that's the pearly gates. I got to take care of the pearly gates. Baby, I'll take you to heaven. Trying to tell you what I know. Anyway, okay. Trying to tell you, I'm not bougie, but that's the toilet paper I use, and I do not deviate. Don't. Anyway, so I'm going to go through this, and I'll give you a further analysis, probably on Run Your Mouth, not Run Your Mouth, Silly Saturday. So give me some time. Let me run through it, but they begrudgingly released the autopsy. In other news, well, racist, criminal, demagogue Ben-Gvir finds himself in some trouble. When you have Mike Huckabee, father of Sarah Huckabee Sanders, saying that you just went too far, you know you went too far. I'm just saying. You know you done went too far. Now, Itamar Ben-Gvir, who is the national security minister for Israel, he put out a video yesterday, which triggered rebuke from pretty much everyone. So there was a flotilla that was going over to Israel in order to provide resources, supplies, and so forth to those that are under the subjugated to the genocide going over there. There was a video that he put on his social media. Here's the video.
Free Palestine!
שקט. טובה. עבודה טובה. ברוכים הבאים לישראל, אנחנו בעלי הבית. ככה צריך. עם ישראל חי. עם ישראל חי.
זיכוי, כל המטרה כאן זה לראות שאין אנשים בתהליך.
לא להתרגש מהצעקות שלהם, לא להתרגש.
There are portions, when they started translating it, portions of it said, welcome to hell, and all types of fuck shit. Now, these are citizens of several countries. Yes, even the United States of America. It was so bad, even Mike Huckabee had to say, yeah, bruh, that ain't it. Now, it was so bad, even Benjamin Netanyahu even said, immediately put them on a plane and send them back to their countries. Normally, in these flotillas, they will keep them in prison for about 30 days or so. Remember, we reported on Chris Smalls. Remember, we reported on when Chris Smalls was on the flotilla, activist Chris Smalls, who was on when he was on the flotilla. We reported on that and all of the things that happened to him and those other people on the flotillas, how they beat them, how they went on a hunger strike, how all of the atrocities that happened to them. That's normally what happened. Itamar Ben-Gvir, and I would say the Israelis writ large are on some, oh, can't nobody stop us. Oh, y'all done let us get this far. I don't know what y'all mad about. We gonna do this and we gonna do even more. And they basically believe that nobody can say anything to them. And so that's why he felt so flippantly that he could put a video like this out and not think twice about it. But even Benjamin Netanyahu had to say, yeah, bro, this is a little too far. I don't think Benjamin Netanyahu gave a damn about it happening. He gave a damn about it being on video and being put all over the internet. Now, the countries to which these activists belong, countries like Spain, Greece, Turkey, France, Canada, they all quickly and immediately vilified this. And in one case, the Turkish foreign ministry said that the behavior was, quote, openly quote, openly demonstrated to the world the violent and barbaric mindset of Israel's government, end of quote. The Greek foreign ministry called the actions, quote, unacceptable and entirely condemnable, end of quote. Countries were writing formal reprimands and letters to Israel. I don't want to see your letters of reprimand. What are you going to do to Israel? Because Israel is out of control. And y'all have let them be out of control since October of 2023. They have been, you all have allowed them to do whatever the fuck they wanted to do. And so the toothpaste has been out of the tube for some time now. You can't try to put it back in the tube. Yeah, Chris was tortured, and we reported on it over here. Well, the United States has made Israel feel like they don't, international law doesn't apply to them. Remember, after there was a warrant for the arrest of Benjamin Netanyahu for violation of international law, he then the next month flew his ass over here because he knew the United States would not put him in Chanel bangles and turn him over to the goddamn international court. He knew nothing would happen over here. Now, there are other pictures surfacing of, now that some of the members of the flotilla have begun to come home, there are pictures of people with bruisings and all types of lacerations and bruisings and all types of things showing that they were tortured and so forth. It's a whole issue. It's a whole problem here. But again, what's going to happen now is this is not going to stop. They're just going to make sure not to film it and put it on the internet anymore. But let's be clear, it's not going to stop. Israel is not going to stop. In other news, well, the United States Senate has refused to push through ICE funding, okay? The U.S. Senate will not pass the $70 billion legislation ahead of a June 1 deadline set by the president. Republicans have left Washington for Memorial Day recess. Now, Included in that $70 billion legislation was funding was funding for ICE and Border Patrol. Okay. Um, Now, one of the biggest problems is this ballroom. They do not want to put $1 billion into this ballroom. And they know that approval of this $70 billion legislation means that there will be they will take $1 billion of that and put it into the ballroom. And even Republican senators are saying, yeah, that's just a line too far at this point. We'll watch this situation, but none of the Donald John wanted it to happen prior to June 1st. That won't happen because they're on recess at this point. They've all left. There was also concerns about the $1.776 billion anti-weaponization fund that would have also been in that $70 billion legislation. So they said, nah, we ain't doing that. We're going home. And they did. We'll monitor the situation. In other sugar spiky news, well, a federal judge ordered the Trump administration yesterday to preserve all presidential records, including text messages exchanged among top White House officials, at least for now, rejecting the administration's argument that the Presidential Records Act does not apply. The order is set to temporarily take effect on Tuesday while the legal case moves forward. The White House has indicated it plans to keep fighting the case and believes it will ultimately win in court. The order applies to White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles, Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller, the National Security Council, and other staff inside the executive office of the president. The president and vice president are not covered by the directive. The judge wrote in his opinion, quote, while the presidency is a singularly important institution, the gravity does not free it from modest constraint. Congress has validly determined that this act helps to maintain that trust by shining some light on the activities of the president and his aides, end of quote. Now, for those of you not familiar with what the Presidential Records Act is, it was signed into law back in 1978 in the wake of the Watergate scandal and established public ownership of presidential records. So after Watergate, the presidents, not the president and the vice president, but those in his cabinet and around him, his chief of staff and others in his executive administration, had to disclose and keep records of all of their communications so that if another egregious violation of law happened, there was record of it and the public was owed that. Well, we know since they took office, the president has basically said, we're not keeping any records of anything that we're doing and that goes to the heart of the whole reason for the Presidential Records Act, because we know when you're not keeping records, you are doing things illegally. And this administration, more than any other, we know is prone to doing any and everything they can to violate the Constitution. Now, when Skank Bondi became Attorney General, she argued that the Presidential Records Act is unconstitutional because it exceeds Congress's power. Therefore, the Trump administration did not need to comply with the Presidential Records Act. Problem is, a court, specifically the Supreme Court, did not rule that it was unconstitutional. So since it was not ruled unconstitutional and it was a law passed by Congress, you had to follow said law. We'll monitor the situation. In our last sugar spiky story, a Mississippi high school is facing backlash after a Facebook post celebrating its 2026 salutatorian dead-named the transgender student and appeared to digitally alter his appearance. Yeah. Now, I'm going to show you the picture. Hold on. Here's the picture. There's the picture right there, okay? That's the picture. So, now, the post was published on Facebook this past Sunday by D'Iberville High School in Biloxi, Mississippi. The post congratulated salutatorian Jonas Hole with the caption, "Pride, tradition, excellence. Congratulations to our DHS salutatorian," before identifying him by his dead name. The post quickly drew criticism online, generating more than 1,300 comments, over 650 reactions, and nearly 90 shares, as commenters accused the school of transphobia and rallied in support of Hole, who identifies as transmasculine. Many commenters also alleged the school edited Hole's senior portrait before posting it online. They photoshopped his mustache off to make him look more feminine, end of quote, according to one of the commenters. Tara Shea Montgomery, a Biloxi drag queen and local LGBTQ plus advocate, said she was contacted by several parents connected to the student and other students. Y'all know what this is. I don't need to go no further. The school is purposely being obtuse here. The school altered this picture. The school put this person's dead name up, meaning the female name that they no longer use, and then tried to Photoshop off. Now, there's another picture of Jonas that I'll show here with the mustache. So there's Jonas with the mustache. And as you can see on this picture right here, they try to put Jonas without the mustache and then use his dead name. These people are vile. Salutatorian. And had the nerve to congratulate him and then use his dead name and alter his pictures. Y'all, these people are vile. They're vile. Hey, Shay. They're vile. So, here we are. Here the fuck we are. I wanted to show y'all the two pictures because you can see that they absolutely, let me make that a little bigger. Look at, you can see they absolutely tried to Photoshop that lip. Look at that. Y'all got a lot of fucking nerves. These people are vile. They're vile. But again, here we are. We're in Mississippi. It's time for our video breakdowns as we exit our Sugar Spike segment. Let's see what our video breakdowns have in store for us today, shall we? Here's our first video breakdown.
Video is, are you tall enough to ride this ride?
Wait a damn minute. A ruler and a BBW? Nah, she can't be talking about that.
3 inches. You might make it past the cheeks.
I knew it! I'm not crazy. I found my people. What's the requirements for this ride?
Right here. You gotta have at least 7.
First of all, is the ride gonna have them people tell my pants on when I get there? Like, we got real questions that need answers. Like, you over here talking about 7. That's it? Like, what day is the ride open? Where can I get tickets? Like, you playing around. Come on.
Sir, we need visual evidence and proof that you have enough inches to ride the ride. You mind sending us comprehensive visual evidence that shows that you're going to have enough for what this woman needs? I'm just asking for the people. The people want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. Here's our next video breakdown. Xavier, there's your soulmate, Xavier, right there. There's your soul. Xavier, I found your soulmate. There you are. Hey, Sherry Watson. There's your soulmate, Xavier. You saw it. I be trying to look out. Right, pull it out. See that again. Oh. Well, then there's that. Here's our next video breakdown.
How much did we make on our OF in our first month? So how much did we make on our OnlyFans after 1 month?
100 subscribers and $3,583.
If they can make $3,500 a month, I know I could do better than that. I might go in this bathroom and shoot a video. Look out for my OnlyFans, man.
Yeah. It's something for everybody. It's something for everybody. I'm not going to make these people feel bad about their OnlyFans, okay? I ain't got nothing to do with it. If they got an OnlyFans and it's out here making money, baby, go ahead. I mean, I don't know if their OnlyFans is named 10 because when they stand next to each other, they make the number 10. I just don't. Wait, let me see this again because it looked like they make the number 10.
How much did we make on our OF in our first month? So how much did we make on our OnlyFans after 1 month?
100 subscribers and $3,583.
I can't do it. Y'all going over there to the OnlyFans? I'm just asking. I'm just asking. I don't listen. Baby, I'm about to get out there and do an OnlyFans. I'm just saying. I don't let Miss Cookie Ray, baby. I don't know. I don't know. Butterfly, you know, I ain't got nothing to do with it, Butterfly. Don't be looking at me like I had something to do with it. I just click the button and play the damn videos. Y'all looking at me like I got something to do with it. I ain't got nothing to do with it. I ain't even did nothing. I don't even got the link to the OnlyFans. I ain't seen the people OnlyFans. I don't even know how to find these people OnlyFans. I ain't got nothing to do with it. The Inform say he want the link to the OnlyFans so he can watch the number 10. Today's broadcast was brought to you by the number 10. Right. Over here reconsidering life choices. Oh, don't look at me. Now, the Inform say send him the link because he wants to see the number 10. I don't know the link. If I find it, I'll send it over to you, the Inform. I ain't got nothing to do with it. Let us know what it looked like over there to the Inform. Just tell us what it's about. Now, we're not going to go over there, but just tell us, what it looked like over there, okay? Dear God. Here's our next video breakdown.
1, 2, 3. There we go. Upsy daisy. All right. Got to get this leg in front of this other stomach of mine, I guess. Oh, I don't know why I did this class. Hey, Catherine. How's it going? All right. I got it.
You got this, girl.
I don't have it, but I'm going to try. All right, here we go. You said rotate this leg in front. Oh, wait a minute now. Oh, kick. Oh, my cooler. The hula hoop's in my cooler hoop. Somebody come get it. Oh, help me, please. Oh, God. My neck, my knee, my spine. Somebody go get my Krispy Kreme donuts out the fridge.
Tell me how to grab.
Shut up, Jennifer.
Well, damn.
You heard me ask for help. You just walk around with your clipboard.
10 and 2.
I did have my hands at 10 and 2. You said put them up and grab them tight on the sides. I did.
No,
I
you
did
were
do
5
that.
and 7.
You know what? Don't even worry about it. I'll be all right. Maybe my hands were a little greasy from the chicken, but I'm good.
I did not laugh. I'm not laughing at these people. That shit ain't funny. That woman could have hurt herself. And y'all over there laughing at this poor woman, okay? This is 3rd grade sophomoric humor. And if you did not laugh at that 3rd grade sophomoric humor, you might laugh at this 2nd grade sophomoric humor. Here's our last video breakdown. Now, you should not be laughing at this 2nd grade sophomoric humor. Oh, 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 oh. Y'all not supposed to be laughing. This is sophomoric. This is 2nd and 3rd grade humor. We are above this, okay? We're better than this. Not so much. Those are our video breakdowns of the day. I sincerely hope you enjoyed. I did. As we toot that thing up, mommy, and make it roll on our way out of the sugar spike segment. You know, I don't have time for these for the house skanks. I really don't. I don't be caring enough about these people. All about K. Michelle and her feelings hurt. Can I just be honest? You know, K. Michelle on her press tour and everything. Yeah, I don't care enough. Welcome to the Real House Skanks of Atlanta, K. Michelle. I'm sorry. This is what it gives. Either you built for it or you're not. Either you gonna get in the octagon and fight, or you gonna take your toys and go home. But baby, this is how they fight in the house skanks of Atlanta octagon. Baby, you should have saved it for when the cameras was rolling. You should have saved it for when the cameras was rolling and dog walked that whore. But you let her sit right next to you this last episode claiming that she was the one talking about your cooch. And you did nothing. You ain't say nothing to that bitch. You ain't do nothing. You ain't even check that bitch. And now all of a sudden, months later, you got all of these issues. Baby, listen. You should have had that energy when you was in her face. That's it. That's all. I'm just saying. I mean, because, it's K, I don't care. Um, I don't. I don't. I just don't. I mean, go with God.
Go with God.
Go with God, Crispy.
In other news, God be with us. So in the great state of Rhode Island, the legislators down in the great state of Rhode Island are moving forward with a controversial self-checkout bill that will affect some major retailers over in Rhode Island. The proposed state bill, Senate Bill 2342, is going to fine retailers or stores for of up to $1,000 per day if they fail to follow new standing rules. Under the latest version of the bill, grocery stores would be required to maintain at least one staffed checkout lane for every 3 checkout kiosks operating in the store. The proposal also requires retailers to keep at least one ADA-compliant self-checkout station available for customers with disabilities. The legislation goes even further by requiring employees assigned to self-monitor checkout lanes for theft prevention to focus solely on that task. Workers could no longer be allowed to juggle multiple responsibilities while overseeing the machines. That detail could create major operational headaches for some of the chains where employees are routinely cross-trained to stock shelves, assist customers, and troubleshoot checkout issues at the same time. Now, they're saying that in the state it could affect Walmart, Target, Whole Foods, Aldi, CVS, and Walgreens. I ain't got no problem with it. They said that other states are currently exploring similar legislation. They say that New York City is looking at it, but the state of Connecticut is looking at similar legislation. Bitch, you can't have 8,000 self-checkout and not one person at a checkout lane. So they said for every 3 self-checkouts, we need one lane with the actual person. That's just like when you call some of these customer service lines and you could never get a real person and you always get them raggedy ass AI person, the automated AI thing. And they never understand what you're saying. You just want to talk to a person. And I be screaming, I be over here, representative. I did not understand that option. Please choose from the following options. Representative, ho! I'm sorry. That's not an option available. Please choose from the following options. Bitch, I said representative. I'm sorry. That does not sound like one of the options that you have. Please choose from. Girl. And then when you do give all of the information, you done gave your account number, you done gave your blood type, you done gave the frequency of the alleles in your DNA, and all of that shit, right? You get to the fucking customer service representative, the real person, and this raggedy hoe be like, can you give me your information? Bitch, I just gave it on the fucking phone. Why you bothering me with this fuck shit? That's what pisses me off. I gave all of this information. and get to the person and they ask me for the same fucking information, just wasting my fucking time. And I'll be like, you didn't just get the info. I just literally plugged it into the system. It didn't come through. Oh no, I'm sorry. It didn't come. What the fuck you mean? I just spent 28 minutes going through your 842 different prompts. God, they be pissing me off. I'm here for this legislation. Shout out to the great state of Rhode Island. In other news, so we find out that Wendy, her trial is set to start in January of this coming year, January of 2027. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Both her and Eddie are scheduled to stand trial in 2027, January. Mm-hmm. If you needed the update, yeah. They have the date. It'll be. I think it's gonna be more people at the courtroom than it is at the BravoCon. Just saying. Now, I don't believe that it is going to be a jury trial. I do not believe that they have yet started started picking a jury. So if you live in the greater Maryland area, you may be picked for to be on the jury down to the Osefo case. I think they separated the cases and whatnot. But if you live in the great state of Maryland, shout out to all my Marylanders. You may end up in, as a juror for Wendy Scamsefo. I'm just saying. In our last story of the day. So Netflix is breaking ground on their platform. They will now begin airing The Breakfast Club as its first ever daily live show, with episodes set to stream on weekdays starting June 1st. That's a week from this coming Monday. Now we know Charlamagne the God, DJ Envy, and that raggedy ass skank whore bitch who I can't stand. Mess Hilarious. Mess Not Hilarious are the host. And they're going to air the entirety of the program. It will be simulcast on both the radio and on Netflix. So this is Netflix's first ever daily live show. I mean, I guess congratulations, kudos, shout out y'all. I'm sure it's coming with a lot of zeros behind it. That's a lot of money and things like that, which will empower y'all's girl, Mess Not Hilarious, to be more transphobic and homophobic, because the bitch ain't shit. Oh, they got you last year? You good for 5 years? Oh, okay. Well, anybody still watching or listening to The Breakfast Club? I don't go over there because as long as they have that woman over there, I'm not going over there. I'm not. Just as long as they have her over there, I'm not going. I can't do it. I will not support that raggedy bitch. Not, won't, can't do it, won't do it. Mary said, I don't even have Netflix anymore. Ain't nobody over there watching The Breakfast Club? I'm just asking. I'm sorry, Charlamagne. The people say they ain't watching it, okay? They say they're not going over there. Sorry. We don't know what to tell you. Oh, well. Anyway, that's the dossier for today, y'all. Again, y'all see we spruced up the place a little bit. Got us a new, new digs and stuff, new furniture around here, new coat of paint and new furniture around here. We be trying to let y'all know we ain't just around here not doing nothing. We try to do all we can to add to the program as best we can. Okay? We do all we can to add to the program and to let y'all know that, we're always looking to improve formatting and so forth over here. All right. So I hope y'all, like the new setup and background and stuff. And we're gonna try. You should have a new intro. I'll probably be able to unsheath, hopefully, the new intro by tomorrow. If not by tomorrow, then certainly by Silly Saturday, we should be able to have the new intro. Yeah, we had to have some orange in the color scheme and stuff, and red and stuff. So you see, I even changed the logo. So that's good. Yeah, nice and bright, not dark and dreary. All right. Anyway, as I always say, I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank you all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. They are much obliged. They're much appreciated. I'm about to get y'all over to Really B, who will be waiting with open arms to receive you. We'll be back tomorrow. It's Friday. Y'all know what that means. I'm dropping the link. Don't act crazy. Bring your behind up here tomorrow. Happy birthday again to Tracy W. That's all I got for y'all. Until next time, thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I'm out. I love y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow.